How's it going? Welcome to the Ed's Take podcast. It's been a big week on the podcast actually because I've started a few new initiatives around Ed's Take and my vlog as well, the Bottle Brush Homestead. I'll be making longer form videos in Bottle Brush Homestead instead of just the shorts that I've been doing on YouTube Shorts. So now each week I'll make a video, hopefully at least 5 minutes long, that'll talk about what I've been up to in the previous week on the homestead. And with Ed's Take, at the very minimum, I'm trying to get out at least one podcast a week now. And because it's the NRL season, a lot of it will be about the NRL and also the NBA because we're in the playoff stage of the NBA right now. So I'll probably be talking a lot about the NRL and the NBA just to get started. Let's get stuck in with a NRL roundup from round 9. It was an interesting round, and there were some really key matchups that I was looking forward to seeing. One of them was the Panthers and Sea Eagles, because the Panthers, obviously, they're the big team in the league right now, and no one's been able to really match them for consistency. Sure, they lost one game to the Bulldogs, but that was kind of fluky because the Bulldogs are looking pretty crap right now. And the Sea Eagles, when Kieran Foran took over as coach, I was really excited. Kieran Foran being a great Sea Eagle of the past and a great Kiwi player and one of my favorite players. I was really interested to see how he'd go as a coach, and the team has really responded well to having him there as the coach. They've rattled off 4 straight wins and they were looking really awesome. But a big bummer coming into this game was that Jamal Fogarty was out, and he's been a big part of their success and their resurgence. So having him out was not great. But I was still really looking forward to this matchup, and it delivered. It delivered. It went down to the wire, and the Panthers did get the victory, but only just, man. 18-16 on Sunday night. That was a game worth watching, and it confirmed to me that the Sea Eagles are special. They have what it takes to go all the way this year. Whatever Kieran Foran has done to motivate these guys at the Sea Eagles is really working. Because some of these players were playing really badly before he came along. So more to see there with the Sea Eagles, even though they lost. It was a tight one, 18-16. I'm picking them to make the top 8 this year. And what other game though was I really looking forward to? Warriors Eels. Obviously, I'm a big Warriors fan, and I always watch their games, and I did watch this game. But I expected them to win this one. Parramatta hasn't been that great this year. I was expecting the Warriors to win, so I wasn't really super looking forward to this game as much as other Warriors games, although all Warriors games are an event at my house. So it was fun to watch them pull away in the second half there, the Warriors, and do what they should have done. Beat this team soundly, and they did that. They did it. So congratulations to the Warriors for carrying on what they've been doing this year, and they're looking like a legit title contending team. The other big game that I was looking forward to was the Roosters Broncos. Saturday night, that game was going to be huge, and it started off as a real fizzer, man, like as a real dud, I should say. The Roosters got up 30 points to 0, I think it was, by half time, and you would have thought this is going to be a huge blowout. The Broncos have not turned up, even though they've got Reece Walsh back and Pat Carrigan were back. They were very bad in the first half. The defense was so leaky, but then in the second half, they absolutely turned it around and went on a crazy run of 24 straight points, I think it was. And they made the game very competitive in the end. And they had a chance to tie it up, and they messed it up. Katoni Staggs did some dirty play on the ground after tackling one of the Roosters, and he got sin-binned with like 9 minutes to go, and that kind of sealed the game for the Roosters at that point. Once they scored again, sending the score to 38-24, and the Broncos lose that one when they probably should have at least drawn that and maybe even won it. They really had the Roosters rattled in the second half after coming from behind by 30 points. The Broncos just really love to come from behind in these kind of games. They're really good at coming back, but they got to stop digging themselves such deep holes. Anyway, what other games were big? Probably the Sharks-Tigers. I was looking forward to that game, but that game was a huge blowout to the Sharks, 52-10. Tigers missing some of their stars there. They will have to keep an eye on them because that's an interesting result. The week after Jerome Luai commits to the PNG team, expansion team, and now the West Tigers have gone back to being Wooden Spoon West Tigers right after that announcement. Hopefully that's like a one-off kind of game for the Tigers. What is the ladder looking like right now? So we've got the Panthers, Warriors on top, then the Roosters, Rabbitohs, West Tigers, Cowboys, Sea Eagles, and Sharks. They're rounding out the top 8, and the Broncos are down there at number 9. Dolphins, after they got their nice victory over the Melbourne Storm, I should talk about that. They got the victory over the Melbourne Storm, and that's another loss actually for the Melbourne Storm. I think that takes it to 7 or 8 losses in a row. That's wild, man. Who would ever thought Craig Bellamy and the Melbourne Storm could lose that many games in a row? I just still can't believe it. And the Dolphins, they get some points which they really needed, and I think they've been unlucky this year. The Dolphins, they've played really well in all of their games pretty much, but have lost a few close ones. So I guess 11 is the right spot for them at the moment. But I can see them moving up. They've got something in them, those Dolphins. One last word about the NRL. One thing I've noticed this year is the introduction of the AI tracker, or the Red Bull AI tracker, or whatever they call it. And they talk about this during the game because it kind of tracks momentum of each team. And then after half time, when the teams are running out onto the field for the second half, they always look at the AI predictor for who's going to score the next try. And I seriously think the commentators don't like it, because each time they look at that predictor or that momentum tracker, they always seem to chuckle a little bit or make jokes about it or make jokes with each other over it. You could tell they don't believe it and they don't like it. I think that's my hunch on this, and I can't blame them, man. I'm tired of seeing AI everywhere, and I'm a software engineer that works with AI every day, and I'm getting sick of it. I have some sympathy for these commentators that have to plug Red Bull and the AI predictor all the time. It's getting a bit old. Maybe let's not do it. Doesn't seem to add that much value to the broadcast. This just reminds me how annoying AI can be with them trying to shoehorn it into everything right now. It's really annoying. Let's change gears a bit to the NBA. And yesterday, the second round of the NBA playoffs started. It was the Sixers and the Knicks, and the Timberwolves and the Spurs playing each other. And Wemby went for 12 blocks in a playoff game. That's wild, man. 12 blocks, 15 rebounds, only 11 points, which was telling and probably led to them losing that game against the Timberwolves. But Wemby getting 12 blocks in a playoff game, that's wild, bro. A triple-double he got. 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 blocks. That's crazy. And Anthony Edwards came back when no one thought he was going to come back at the start of the series. He came back and got 18 points and really helped him get this win tonight. So Timberwolves take the early lead on the Spurs there, 1-0, but I still think the Spurs have what it takes to take that one out. And on the other side, the Knicks routed the 76ers there, 137-98. Jalen Brunson scoring 35 points. Good start for the Knicks, but who knows which way this could go. I'm not betting against the Sixers after they took care of Boston in the last round. I thought they were done and dusted there, but they came back and won that series. So who knows? Early days. We'll see how it goes. Today we've got the Cavs and the Pistons coming up, and the Lakers and the Thunder. Be really interesting to see how LeBron goes against the Thunder. They don't really have a chance. No one's really giving them a chance. LeBron James is good, but the Thunder are just so much better right now as a team. And LeBron doesn't have a lot of help around them at the moment. So we'll see how that one goes. Looking forward to watching a bit more NBA this week, hopefully, so I can talk more about it next week. Anyway, that's this week's edition of Ed's Take Podcast. Hope you had fun listening in. Give me a feedback on my socials, on Threads and Facebook and Instagram. Hit me up there. I'm trying to do some live posting on Threads when I'm watching games, so keep an eye out on Facebook and Instagram. I'll post when I'm doing that, but usually if it's an NRL game, if it's the Warriors, Broncos, or Sea Eagles, definitely I'll probably be posting something. And if it's the NBA, who am I really following in the NBA now? Like my team, the Houston Rockets, is out. And that's my team because Steven Adams is on it and he wasn't even playing. So I'm really finding it hard to buy into this year's NBA playoffs because I don't have a team that I'm strongly following or a player that I'm kind of looking out for. So I need to decide on that. But anyway, glad you could be with me this week, and we'll catch up again next week. See you later.